I have here a franchising expert with me, which we are going to talk about the fundamentals of franchising, the term franchise guru. Like, how did that start?
I feel embarrassed being called the fran guru or the franchise guru. But all these clients just gave me and said, why don't you just claim it, okay? We have done so much and extensive work in growing micro entrepreneurs. The success rate, about 90%, they were so happy that most of them said, we'll call you the guru. My assessment in Brunei, I always tell them, everyone has a diamond on their hands because we have to fire them up. There is a hard work, but at the end of the day, you can see the beauty of all your brands growing, not just in Brunei, but also in the ASEAN and also even other parts of the world.
Hi, my name is Fatima Zini, and welcome to Takeaways, a new video podcast brought to you by Biz Brunei, which you can see exclusively on their channels, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Takeaway provides you insights on businesses with the Bruneian audience in mind. So today I have here a franchising expert with me, which we are going to talk about the fundamentals of franchising. Here is Butz Bartolome. Hello, Butz.
Hi, how are you, Fatima?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, doing well.
Oh, thank you. You are too. I've heard you talk about franchising for the past 3 days. I had the opportunity to listen to you. And maybe before we start going deep into what franchising is about, maybe you can tell me about what you do, how long you've been doing franchising for.
Well, to start with, from a corporate world, we started 33 years ago, okay, and it's 1991. And short of starting my own business, I had to do a sort of decision making whether I should do my own restaurant, an F&B, because since I'm an F&B guy. But then I realized it's not worth doing it because my heart really goes for helping a lot of people. And from there on, we focused not just on helping people, but helping more focused in terms of helping entrepreneurs expand their business, and that's franchising. So that's 33 years ago. And again, we have grown the business by word of mouth, no? We have done, a lot of people have really got in touch with us and guided them step by step, and especially in business expansion. Yeah.
So is that how people coined you with the term franchise guru? Like, how did that start? Because I remember sitting in the workshop, but I don't remember you saying, how did you even get that?
Well, actually, it's not that I want it because I feel like, I feel embarrassed being called the fran guru or the franchise guru. But all these clients just gave me and said, why don't you just claim it? Okay, we're giving this to you. Well, precisely, we have done so much and extensive work in growing micro entrepreneurs. No, we wanted them to realize what their dream is. How to expand the right way and building the right foundation for their business. So the success rate, about 90%, they were so happy that most of them said, "We'll call you the guru."
Okay.
Okay, but I don't wear the sari. Okay, because people might think I'm the wearing sari and the yogi and all
because
this
of that.
stuff.
Yeah,
right?
because of guru.
So, okay, so every time I get introduced, I probably have to, I get goose pimples and say, do I really deserve the title? Okay, fine, I'll just accept it, just to make you happy, guys.
Okay, so I wanted to, let's start talking about franchising.
Yeah.
So I think for our audiences out there who maybe they know what franchising is, maybe they don't, could you define to us, explain to us in the most simplest terms, like what is franchising?
Franchising, if you redefine it in the layman's term, it's like you have a business and you're not alone. You have a big brother behind you, guiding you. Because remember, if you start your own business, you undergo so much trial and error, so much birth pains. And as such, with all the trials and error, a lot of startups don't realize after about 1 or 2 years. And the failure rate is so high.
Yeah.
So for somebody to start a business, why don't they look at investing on a franchise. Now, the franchisor is also like a startup before. He himself began and faced all the challenges of growing the business. But with the proof of concept and the concept being acceptable by the target market
Okay.
and much more profitable, then the point of expansion becomes the franchise system. And this is where the owner of the business offers it to interested individuals. Now, what's the advantage here? The advantage is A, you lessen the trial and error. B, you have somebody with experience through all
Okay.
the years.
Okay.
And the third one is actually a recognized brand and acceptable product. Much more on the fifth level is actually the profitability. So for people who are looking at, they want always to start a business, I always advise them, learn what franchising is all about. Learn how franchising can be beneficial for you. But it's not just learning, but also believing in the business that you're going to get. Because it's not enough that you want to get into business, you want to invest, but where is your heart and soul in the business? You have to believe it. So if you're like into coffee, you have to know and to believe that this coffee will be much better, and the brand will really be beneficial for you.
So okay, just to kind of clear the definitions, right? Or the franchise or franchisor, right?
It's true.
So they can actually go into two paths, right? They can franchise it themselves in
They can
another
establish
country
their own
if they
branches,
want to,
yes, yes.
But they could also have someone else do it for them, and that would be the franchisee, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So they can have partners who will take that brand into the territory and they will manage it. But everything must be seamless. And that's what I always emphasize in franchising. It must be an exact duplicate.
Okay.
Nothing adulterated.
Okay.
Because wherever people go, whether you're from UK, US, Europe, or Asia, you can be assured of the quality. And that's where the franchisor or the owner of the business must take care of. Because at the end of the day, you talk about brand. You talk about a brand story. And this is one challenge for a lot of people who are into franchising, maintaining the integrity of the brand. And also getting all the franchisees to cooperate.
Okay.
Okay,
That's a lot of
because
responsibility. Yeah.
as you grow, you have that bigger responsibility. And again, at the end of the day, it's actually the consumers who will dictate.
Yeah.
So if your brand is the quality is substandard in certain areas, then probably you have to review the system.
Okay, so let's say if I'm a business, right, and I come to you and say, Butch, I want to franchise my business. And then let's say you look into my business and then
Okay.
you say, okay, yes, you have what it takes. What is it that I need or a business needs to be able that you will take off to be like, okay, you are ready. There are some basic
Yeah,
fundamentals, right?
Well, the first of all, I don't look at the business per se.
Okay.
I look at the owner.
Okay.
I try to evaluate the mindset of the owner
Okay.
because it's like having a ship. And if the captain is not qualified, then you don't expect the ship to go to its route. So I look at the mindset of the owner. I look at the growth mindset. Is he confident about the
Okay.
business? Does he have any doubts of his business? And where does he want to take the business? So
Okay.
that's the first step, no? And then the second is actually the concept. I try to review, is this concept replicable?
Okay.
Is this concept, can it be taken in certain locations? What locations? Now, the third is actually the duplicity of the product
Okay.
or the service.
Okay.
Because, franchising is not just food, it's also into
Yes.
service. No? What are the services that you can offer that people will always get into? Okay, so the services, no, and the product, and then the fourth is actually the finances. You have all the concept, but at the end of the day, both franchisor and the franchisee are not earning, then that's not a win-win scenario.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those are the 4 steps that I look at, and also where will the brand be going?
Okay.
Where's the direction?
Okay.
Because when you start with a franchise, you have to have a definite plan. It's like a flight plan. This is where I want to go. This is how many stores I want to put. This is what the type of partners or franchisees I'm looking at.
Okay.
So there are a lot of steps, no? But these
Yeah.
are the 5 main steps. Like even the logistics, no? I'm very particular now about the logistics because you can have somebody who is interested in getting a franchise, but you cannot supply,
Okay.
or the quality of the supply, the local supply,
Okay.
will not be at par according to your benchmark. Then
Okay.
that's not a no-go. Okay.
When you say logistics, are you talking about the logistics of that particular business or logistics from a general scale when it comes to the country itself?
Well, transferring, getting the right suppliers, transferring some items from the franchisor's head office, and then also transporting them to make sure that the quality of products remain as is, where is from the head office. No? So, like for example, you talk about hamburgers.
Yeah.
The hamburger must be ale. Like for example, it must be frozen. It must be according to this size. And again, how about the buns? Okay, you have to have the exact measurement, the expiration of the product.
Yeah.
See, in franchising, the benchmarks are all set. How should the store look? Okay, the
Yeah.
uniform design.
Yeah.
How should customer service be given?
Yeah.
What kind of words should you use? Okay, and how should be the atmosphere? So it must be the same.
Yeah. So it's interesting that you said, okay, I wanted to go back to what you said about, you look at the owner, right? When it
Right.
comes to franchising. Because I thought with your years of experience, you could just go into a store, whether that's a restaurant or a hotel, and you could be
Yeah.
like, yes, this has franchise potential. But that's not it, right?
No.
You said you look at the owner.
Of course.
Because it could be beautiful, but if the owner is saying, nope, it's not my goal,
Well,
then
the goal, like for example, the personality of the owner. The personality of the owner is an introvert, then probably he cannot be a franchisor.
Okay.
How can he relate to a franchisee if he's always hiding or always shy?
okay.
Okay,
Interesting.
and the kind of teamwork. Is he a team player? Because franchising is really a team effort. It's not just the owner. It's actually the organization,
Yeah.
the people involved who will carry out the mission of the business. So I look at example the personality. How far can this franchisor or the personality of this franchisor be, and how can he influence his team to be like him? So everybody thinks the same as the owner.
It's important. That's true. But then again, I'm sure there are also situations where, it could not, it could be let's say like the CEO has the vision, but maybe he could have someone else run that for him,
Yes,
right?
yes, that's the organization, but
Yeah.
it must be cascaded. Everyone must know what everyone is doing. Everyone must keep their feet on the ground.
Yeah.
So not because you're a manager of the organization, you don't even know. The higher you go, the more you should practice. Like in my case, for example, I used to be with the international pizza chain. And the practice of the mother company is that every month, whatever rank that you're in, the managers must practice how to roll the dough. Imagine mixing the dough, Faith, okay? You have to mix the dough from scratch all the way up to the cutting and cooking of the pizza. And whatever country I'm in,
Yeah.
if so happened, I fall into the deadline, I have to do it myself, and I'm being recorded and graded by a store manager.
Okay.
Again, is it something that it keeps us on our toes? It keeps us, aware that
Yeah.
the standard of the product is like this, the
Yeah.
customer.
Yeah.
So we even have to don the uniform. So no one is exempted. So that's part
Okay.
of the team.
Okay. So in So this is not your first time in Brunei, right?
No,
But
it's not.
like it,
This is my third time.
this is your third time. Okay,
Third
so
time.
so you've had some FaceTime with some of the Bruneian businesses, and
Yes.
like with that FaceTime with some of the owners of these Bruneian businesses, do you see any potential there? Are there any particular businesses that you're like, yes, like I can work with you to grow and franchise? Is there anything that like in your mind that clicks?
Well, let me tell you, this is my third time, but I'm so happy to share with you that my first trip, there is already a fruit of what we have been doing, and
Okay.
the local company, Brunei 24/7 vending machine. When I met them the first time, they were just talking about distributing vending machine.
Okay.
But I saw a potential that in other countries, vending machines are franchisable. So I had to convince. I cannot force the owner if
Yes,
if,
of course.
if he cannot see the
Yeah.
concept. So I have to tell him and I have to show him proof of concept. Why don't you just convert your machines into a franchise? And true enough,
Yeah.
there are now 24/7 is now franchising, and the machines are actually on display
Yeah.
in their building,
Yeah.
and we have done an extensive work in dressing up the machine, as well as making sure that it's cashless. No,
Okay.
no cash is involved.
Okay.
Using all the the cards. So I'm so happy because they really saw the light, and now they're now posing and entertaining several franchises.
Okay.
So, but my assessment here is actually here in Brunei. I always tell them, look, a lot of entrepreneurs I met during this seminar, everyone has a diamond on their hands. They have a beautiful concept. There's a concept, it's just waiting for them to let the world know that this concept is homegrown in Dubai. And I could see the interest right now, because we have to fire them up. We have to inspire
Yeah.
them, to show them that it's not, yes, there is a hard work, but at the end of the day, you can see the beauty of all your brands growing,
Yeah.
not just in Brunei, but also in the ASEAN and also even other parts of the world.
Okay. So apart from this vending machine, which I did
Yeah,
see it.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
really
yeah.
cool. Using your
Even
card
the
and everything.
even the
Everything's
design,
cashless.
right?
Yeah.
It's hip. It's a hip design. Though I'm not an interior designer, but I said I
Yeah.
have to make sure that this machine looks so attractive.
Yeah.
Even the choice of colors,
Yeah.
the hashtags,
Yeah.
the social media platforms.
Yeah. I had my colleagues already. They were just, I don't know. I think they were just like spending it for the sake of it
Right,
because it
right.
was.
It's like Instagrammable,
interesting,
no?
yes.
Instagrammable.
So apart from the vending machine, are there any other businesses that you have seen or have met with that you feel has that potential as well?
Well, I tasted. There's a third generation company I met, and this company is Ideal.
Okay. Yes.
And the first day we tasted the product, and I must really promise, I have to promise that this company can beat this American brand.
Which is?
Ideal,
Yeah.
Ideal Chicken
Yes,
can
yes,
beat
I know
even
Ideal.
Kenny Rogers. The product,
yes.
doing as a blind test, that's what I'm fond of.
Okay.
I always, do a blind test and let's see. Just doing a blind test, the product can really go places.
Okay.
The other one is actually a competitor for Subway,
Okay.
which is Substation.
I'm aware.
And
yeah.
really, I met her again because she attended my second seminar, and she attended again. And I could see the fire in her face right now, and she's so excited. And I keep telling her, look, don't sit on your company right now. There are branches, though you have 7 branches in Brunei, but make this brand grow. And I guess I've already convinced her to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Another one is Roots.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. I know which one.
Um, I was just looking at the product and tasting the product. There was such such a good product.
Yeah.
With again, if you look at it, it's a combination of all sorts. But at the end, while you're eating, you think you won't finish it. But me, looking at it, and while eating it, I never realized I finished the whole
Oh,
pack.
well done. I can never finish, although to be fair, I never finish
Fantastic,
my food, but
fantastic.
yeah, it's really good.
It's something that is bursting with experience, no? And I was telling the owner, I said, "Look, you better not sit on this again. Please let this work." Okay.
So, I guess before we close today's session, I wanted to find out from you. Okay, I wanted to find out from you. Okay, because I think we've covered a lot about the franchise part of it, and we talked about how businesses can do it themselves, right?
Yeah.
And but businesses can also go into getting someone to do it for them, right? Which is the franchisee. Can we
Yes,
talk a
yes,
little bit
yes.
more about that? Because you did cover that in your second day workshop, right?
Yes,
About
yes.
becoming a franchisee. So, what are the things the businesses should look into, or maybe the franchisee should look into when they want to go towards that path?
If you're referring to somebody who wants to get a franchise, okay, there are two ways. Now, one is I own a business and I want to expand my business, and that's franchising my business. The other one is actually I have this money and I want to start and get a franchise. Okay, let's go into this. The first thing that I always tell a lot of people is the acronym IFBI. Okay, what's that? Investigate first before investing.
Yes, I remember. I wrote it down
All
somewhere.
right.
Yes.
Because sometimes you get so excited, you want to go and make your dream come true. What's that? To be in business, or you want to have a second income, or you want, something as a legacy which you can leave to for your children. But I always say, don't be excited. Control your excitement
Yeah.
and try to investigate what kind of businesses will suit you. So, how do you do that? Try to investigate the company that you're eyeing on.
Yeah.
Try to look who's the owner. Try to find out who are the franchisees if they're franchising,
Yeah.
and get to know the company. Again, those are the types that I always tell people. Convince yourself. Now, it's not just convincing yourself, but also convince people who are going to partner with you. So you may be the one to invest everything, but if you have partners or friends that you want to go and put all your money together, you might as well discuss. Have
Yeah.
a sort of dialogue.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you'll always say, okay, you're happy with it? Now, question is, are you going to commit yourself in managing the business?
Yeah.
That's one. You may get the business, you may invest in the business, but the franchisor will say, are you willing to invest and be part of the business? Are you going to be managing the business?
Yeah.
How much time can you commit with me? Because franchising is actually, they want to get a partner who will devote full time.
Yeah.
Now, if you cannot devote a full time, you probably can assign a full time manager.
Yeah.
Okay? But you have to be on top of the situation.
Yeah.
Because there are people I know who are working and yet, they cannot devote full time, or they probably have other businesses.
Yeah.
But all you have to do is just get a full time manager to run the business, but never an absentee owner.
Yeah.
So, because the franchisor will train, let's talk about training. When you get a franchise, be willing to undergo training.
Okay.
And training, mind you, is not theoretical only. I always say 20% theoretical, 80% actual. The first step of your training will be not just on the kitchen. You start with cleaning the loo.
Okay.
And you wonder, wait, you know, why should I start with that? Well, franchisers always go by their mantra, QSC, quality, service, cleanliness. Now, if you try to spell cleanliness, you spell cleanliness not just on the food. You spell also quality not just on the food, but rather on the impression and experience of customers when they go to the store. So you get the training, and until you reach the time when you qualify, because you invest money But the franchisor will now tell you, okay, you want to invest money? Let me teach you. Are you willing to be taught?
Yeah.
Okay. So training is something that a good franchisor will not want to be remiss. But it's a continuous training. No? That's one thing that you have to think about.
Okay. Okay. So I think we're going to wrap up this session.
Okay.
So the last thing we want to know, well, I want to know, is where, because you're here, you're having a sort of, you're being brought in basically by Dar es Salaam Enterprise there, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
what's happening with that, like moving forward? Because I'm sure you're working with a couple of the Bruneian businesses. So like, what are we expecting? Are we like, is there anything exciting that's happening with that? Anything that's going on?
Well, first thing is this is a never-ending journey with the Biz Brunei, and really it's an honor to be chosen and to be invited here. But again, my responsibility is to nurture that relationship with those who get in touch with me. In fact, I told the participants today that they can get in touch with me, and I'm offering a free 1 hour Zoom
Oh, wow. Okay.
by appointment, and so that we can discuss what is it that in their mind we can develop and help them strategize their concept before they go franchising.
Okay.
Let's first build that mentoring
Yeah.
and building that foundation of their business. And with all 50 people there, I'll be busy for the next few weeks. Okay, and they're all excited to get in touch.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm excited. I'm sure the next few months we'll be seeing a lot of entrepreneurs
Let's hope
really
so.
gung ho
Yeah.
and really looking at getting their place in the business world, not just in Brunei. But there are also French people among the participants who are also want to bring in the business from the Philippines and bringing it over here. So there's really a healthy exchange of businesses happening.
So I guess it's safe to say this will not be the last time we'll be seeing you.
Oh yeah, I won't be the last. It will be, well, you'll be seeing my face almost almost very often. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Butch, for your
Yes,
time. Thank you
it's an
for your
honor.
experience and sharing all this knowledge with us. And thank you. That was Takeaways by Biz Brunei.